Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, stop what you're doing. Stop playing the game. Stop doing that work. Stop mowing the lawn. Remind me about that one.
Oh man.
Stop washing them dishes. Because over here, it's just hoops. I'm Amari. This is Darion. How you feeling, my brother?
I'm feeling good. Had a good weekend. Got to see family. Always a good time. Nothing really other than that. Just good weekend for me. How about yourself?
Yeah, man, it was a cool weekend. 4th of July wasn't on nothing. Had trained my little cousin. Came back, ordered some Culvers. Buffalo chicken tenders, fries. Nice little what's some things called? What they call it at Culver's? The
Concrete mixer, I think.
concrete mixer. Yep, had a mixer, salted caramel, Oreo. Saturday had a game. We won 5-0. Got my first goal for the club, so that was all nice. But that team we played, it was poop. So I mean, big week ahead of us though. We got a game Wednesday, game Saturday. We need 4 points out of the last two games to clinch the division and a playoff spot. So yeah, big week ahead of us. Coach calling it a championship week, and here we are.
How does the point system work for like how do you get 4 points in two games?
3 points for a win, 1 point for a tie, zero for a L.
Okay,
So
okay.
it's the same. It's always the same. When you hear points, it's always gonna be the same.
So you need at least you need a win for sure.
Yeah,
Win
yeah. A
and
win
tie.
in a tie at least. Can't
Yeah,
lose.
can't lose.
If we lose, then it's out of our control.
Right.
Um, because right now the team Lexington, they are 1 point ahead of us,
hmm
but they have an extra game played, like an extra game played. So they're at like 11 games played. We're at 10. So we win our game Wednesday. We'll jump up 2 points ahead of them. Then it'll come down to the last day. And yeah, we got the tiebreaker because we beat them. We beat them once, tied them once, so we got the head-to-head tiebreaker.
Yeah. So make sure we take care of business this week.
Yep, yep. It was a good training this morning. Short, but yeah, it was wet out there, raining, but it was a good session. Yeah, I yesterday was a rough day, bro. Was throwing up. Woke up, threw up. Then threw up again a couple hours later. Um, but yeah, I mean, luckily it was a day off, so nothing too much going on. Feeling a lot better today. Hydrated, so
Yeah.
we all good.
Yeah, make sure you stay on that water and get that stomach bug out of there.
Yep,
Uh,
yep.
but good to see you back in good spirits.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Um, but yeah, man. Oh, mowing the lawn.
Oh
Hey,
yeah.
so and I'm not the only one that experienced this here
Okay.
in this complex. My teammates was talking about it this morning. About 6:37 in the morning. I still had my window open last night too. Man, this guy comes mowing the lawn, bro. He's right next to the bro, it's the loudest I've ever heard anybody mowing the lawn. And it's 6:30 in the morning, bro. I remember checking the time and then I closed my window and it was still super loud. My teammates was talking about they had to like put their pillows over their ears and stuff. Like, bro, it was ridiculous. He came by like 5 times too. Like, bro, the spot is good. I promise. I promise, bro.
In an apartment, I don't know what it is. They be blowing a lot right here too. And I'd be like, bro, like,
And it has to be this early in the morning.
yeah, it's always at the crack of dawn. Like, you can
Yeah,
wait, bro. You ain't got nothing
bro.
to do.
Nothing to do. Ridiculous, bro.
Nah, with
Yeah, but
window
yeah.
open, I know that was super loud. But yeah, no, that is crazy.
Oh, my fault. My screen froze. I didn't know what was going on. But yeah, 6:30 in the morning, did, woke me right up on my sleep. I was sleeping good too. I'm slobbering. Hey, I was getting it in. But yeah, yeah. I just wanted to mention that real quick. If y'all hear me, lawnmowers, please. A little later in the day. That's all we ask.
Just a little later.
But yeah, man, let's hop into some hoops talk. I got Mari's question of the day, and then we are gonna do top 10 rankings for point guards. This based off of this season. Um, First of all, Mari's question of the day. Speaking of point guards, I feel like this is a really good one to do here. Based on their primes, rank these five players in order. We have John Wall,
Mm.
Damian Lillard, Isaiah Thomas, Kemba Walker, and Kyrie Irving.
Based off primes.
Prime. Everybody at their peak. Give me the rankings.
Oh man. Wow. Okay. Um, you said Kyrie, IT, Kemba, John Wall, who else?
And Dame.
And Dame. Okay. I gotta go Rhea at the one. Uh,
Okay.
you know, arguably best handle ever, point guard. The shot, Rhea up there at one. Two. Two, I'm gonna go. I don't know. I don't know. At their prime. This is a good list. I'm gonna go John. No, do I want to go John here? This is tough. I'm
This is
trying.
tough.
I'm trying to think of where I'll put IT because I really liked IT's game, but at his prime, it was only 2 seasons, so that factors in. I think I do have to go John here at two, just because. I mean, he was the man in Washington, and I mean, arguably fastest player with the ball ever. He was just ecstatic, electric. He got him to the playoffs. He
Right?
was three. Based off of what I just said about that, I gotta go Dame three. He did the same thing
Mm.
for Portland. Um, he hit the shot over PG. He had some good moments in history, up there with the greatest shooters of all time. I think I'll go, oh man, Cardiac at five is crazy though. Oh, but King of the fourth quarter can't be last. He owned Isaiah Thomas. He has to go four. Owned the fourth quarter in Boston. If they were losing, they were going to come out with a win because of him. You just knew it was going to happen. And unfortunately, Kimba last. I I think his prime just out of this list, he has just he has the least amount of recognizable moments in the league. So I go last just because of that.
I agree with you on Kyrie one, Kemba five. I mean, with Kimba, well, first of all, somebody got to be five.
Yeah,
I
somebody has
mean,
to be five.
this is no knock Kimba. Like the list of point guards here, like 2010s point guards. These are all special guys in our like growing up watching basketball.
Right.
But Kimba Walker definitely has had like seen the least success out of everybody. You know, he played in Charlotte in his prime most of the time. A little bit in Boston, like one season really. So not really anything successful there. I'm going Dame two. Dame is my two because who did you put Dame two?
I put Dame three. I put John two.
You put John two. I'm going Dame two just because he was in the Curry conversation.
He
Like it
wasn't.
was always Curry, like in Dame's peak, which is like really more recently than you think. Like I feel like Dame's peak is 2018-ish. When he went to the conference finals, when he took Portland to the conference finals. I mean, unfortunately, they ran into Golden State, and Steph, KD, and them. But Dame, I feel like, was seen as a number two point guard in the world for a split second. And
Hmm.
at his peak, I don't think John Wall was ever that level. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
Now, Kyrie, the reason he's won is because in 2015, 16, 17, hey, it was I got Kyrie over Curry.
Yeah, it was.
And nobody else during Curry's time being a point guard has ever, had that recognition of being the best point guard in the world. So Kyrie, definitely number one. Dame two. Man, Isaiah John, that's tough.
Yes,
That's
that is
tough.
tough. That is tough.
That's tough, bro. Uh Bro, Isaiah Thomas was a dog.
Dog.
Dog. I mean,
Dog.
John Wall too, though. Like John Wall's the excitement that he brought when he was on the floor. The special moments. Obviously, you talked about with Kemba not seeing a lot. I see it. I see all of them with John Wall. Uh, but the performances of Isaiah Thomas, I think, outweigh John Wall here. Um, I'm gonna go Isaiah Thomas 3, John Wall 4.
Okay.
Uh, Isaiah Thomas, I mean, at his size, like the scoring ability, like he was one of the best scorers in the world at his peak. You know what I mean? John Wall was a really, really, really good point guard, but I don't think he was ever the best at anything. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
And I think at his peak, Isaiah Thomas was the best scoring point guard in the league. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm giving the edge to bro. I wish we could see these boys in their prime again, bro. It's
No,
crazy, like how
literally.
quick it can go by.
Yeah, no, it is crazy. But yeah, IT in his prime, I think he was averaging 28.
28, yeah, like 28
Like
points per game.
that, yeah, at his size, that's crazy.
Insane.
And it was like at will, he was getting what he wanted. That's what, yeah, in their prime, this was all crazy. Hearing his name, it made me think. I saw something on Instagram on the 4th of July, and it said who was better in their prime, Zach LaVine or Isaiah Thomas. And yeah, I was like, and my
Hey,
family,
Zach was he was good in Chicago, but IT was different level.
yeah,
We're different. We're like if we're doing tier rankings, they're in different tiers.
way different tiers. And my family
Yeah.
was saying Zach LaVine, and I was like, there's no way y'all are
For
about to,
what?
like, yeah, he was all-star, he did all that, but I mean, are we looking at what Isaiah Thomas was really doing?
Man, we could go number for numbers. I
Nah, I
mean,
ain't gonna lie. Zach was putting up in Chicago. Zach was hooping. His numbers
but
was looking good.
but listen though. Zach, right, two-time All-Star. He's doing it in Chicago, where they had one one playoff, one like what year where they were decent in the playoffs.
Hmm.
Isaiah Thomas was on Boston, the
Yeah,
guy on the
the guy.
Celtics, and
Yeah,
I mean they had some runs. You know what I mean? Like I can't give him that, bro. I
yeah.
can't give
No,
him that.
I definitely didn't agree. I definitely went with IT, but
Yeah,
hearing his name, it just reminded me of that. And I was like, that's low key a crazy comparison. But
man, Isaiah Thomas was in the MVP race, bro.
he was in the MVP race.
Crazy,
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah, bro. But yeah, I feel like that would have been a pretty good one to start us off on point guard talk since we're doing rankings anyway today, and I want to hop into it and hopefully we have time to get back into some what college you went to, continue the series. So let's go ahead and hop into our top 10 list right here. Or actually, before that, we got a trade to talk about.
Oh
Let's
yeah.
let's speak on the first of all. I don't get what just happened with that 17 trade.
Yeah, that was like, I mean, one, it was hyped up for it to be like three trades that had already happened.
Yeah,
So yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that was like an extended version because nothing else really changed besides those new teams. And they
bro,
did.
I was so confused.
Yeah, no, I was definitely lost too. Because the new teams didn't even put into the original teams that traded.
Yeah,
It was just like a whole separate trade.
bro, it felt like they were just doing that to make the biggest trade in NBA history. Like I
Definitely.
don't, I don't get what I mean. I know they probably get it. Maybe it makes sense from business side of things, but yeah, as a fan, I definitely did not know what was going on. But today we got a three-team trade: Jazz, Heat, and Clippers.
Hmm.
John Collins is headed to Los Angeles. Kevin Love headed to Utah. Um, Norman Powell is headed to
Miami.
Miami.
Yep.
I think Kyle Anderson is headed somewhere. He's a part of this trade for sure. I'm not sure exactly where he's going. And then there was a second round pick attached with that too. I'll put full trade details, but what was your initial reaction there?
My initial reaction was Clippers are now loaded in the forward position. They got Kawhi, Derrick Jones Jr., and now John Collins. So it'll be interesting to see how they work that out. And Norman Powell in Miami, I mean, it doesn't really do anything. Like, how old is Norman? 34, 35.
He that old? I don't think so.
I think
Let me
Norman
see.
might be up there. May- Maybe 30. He's in his 30s, I think.
32, 32.
32. Okay. 32. I mean, I don't know. I need to see that team play in all reality. Like I don't really see the fit there or how he'll be a contributor to their system. But that was my original thoughts.
See, well, as the more I think about what the Heat got going on, Norman Powell does kind of fit their team, but I don't know what the upside of this team is though.
Right.
You got Hero at the one, Norman Powell at the two. Now that backcourt defensively is shaky. You do have Davion Mitchell who could come play alongside either one of them. Andrew Wiggins at the three, Bam, Khalil Ware. So I feel like this is a team, like, especially with it being the Heat, that I think that they will be some kind of a threat in the East this year just because it's the Heat. Now, if
Right.
this team, like, this same five suited up for the 76ers, I would not be moved at all. But
Right.
because it's Miami and the history of Miami finding a way to be successful, like I said with Boston, like I count on them to whatever they're doing is gonna end up with them back into contention some type of way. So I say that for Miami. John Collins going to Los Angeles doesn't really move me. Um, they can move play pieces around. All these guys can play together because Kawhi can play a three. Derrick
Mhm.
Jones Jr. can be a wing. Alongside. He can play alongside Kawhi and John Collins. So I mean, it's all right. I kind of got to see it in action for it to work.
Right. Right.
The Jazz they had Kevin Love, Kyle Anderson, and a second round pick. Um,
Kevin Love is buying out also.
yeah, so I mean they kind of just did it to free money up. Um, I don't know. I think John Collins is a guy, especially this season. If they traded him at the deadline, they could have got a first for him.
Definitely.
So I don't know. Jazz, they are like obviously showing rebuild signs. Traded away Sexton, traded away or bought out Jordan Clarkson. Now buying out Kevin Love, trading John Collins. So the Jazz definitely need a rebuild, and they're going in that direction. So yeah, that's all that this is for them.
Yeah. I agree with you on the Clippers for sure. I just need to see it play out, see how they do their rotation with these three, how they'll mesh and blend. But I
Yeah,
mean, it could definitely work. They all definitely could be on the court together and interchange. So
yeah.
it'd be interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the only other trade in big like free agency that I've seen recently. Next up, let's go ahead and get into these point guard rankings. Let me pull my list up here. Let's start at 10 and we'll work our way up to the top.
Okay.
So you start us off. You're number 10.
My number 10, I got Darius Garland,
Mm.
All-Star season, numbers 21 points per game, 7 assists, 3 boards. I just think as the starting point guard, that's like the base that it should be of those numbers. And he had a good season playoff. His numbers did fall. He was also injured in the playoffs, didn't get to play as many games. But I think those pretty standard numbers are a good base. And I just think everybody else, the 9 other point guards I have, just had a better season.
Darius Garland actually did not make my list.
Yeah, I was iffy.
I have Dame here at 10. I
Okay.
have Dame here at 10. Now, obviously the run with the Bucks was not successful, but Dame was Dame. I mean, he averaged like 26 points per game. Still one of the best shooters in the league. So, I mean, definitely still a top 10 point guard in my eyes, even if it didn't work out in Milwaukee. Um, yeah, not much to say on Dame. But yeah, he's dropped in these rankings, but I don't think it's so much of him dropping. I think it's other guys having more success with their team and just having a better season this year.
Yeah, I agree. I had Dame at 9, just like you said, everything you just said. What up? With everything you just said and the injuries and stuff, I think that just pulls him down.
Yeah, yeah. At my 9, it's funny. I just said everybody has success. This guy didn't really have team success, but had a really good season. Trae Young. Trae Young is my number nine. Double double. One of the best playmakers in the league. At his size, obviously a great scorer, one of the best shooters in the league as well. And I just think that he had a better overall season than Dame. When you take into account the playmaking of Trae Young and his consistency in that regard.
Yeah, I had Trey at 8,
Mm.
assist champion this year. Like you said, double double. He was averaging 12 assists. Just overall better season. Not the best, like you said, team success, but better season than the other two that I listed.
So who didn't make your list here? Somebody didn't make it. Um,
I'm
because the more we go up, the lower I expected you to have, like, maybe not a trade, like, Trae Young, Darius Garland, maybe switch that, or Dame, Darius
Mhm.
Garland. We going up here, and you still
Yeah,
thugging. My next spot, what do we at, 7?
7. Yep. Well, you're 8. I'm 7.
Oh, okay. In my eighth spot, I have Tyrese Maxey.
Okay.
Tyrese Maxey right here. When he did play, he was electric. He was the only one holding Philly afloat for a while. In what 52 games he played, averaged 26 points per game. We saw a big step from him this season, and after James Harden left, so I think Maxey showed signs of being able to be the guy in Philly if Embiid can't play.
Maxi is the player who didn't make my list.
Really,
Yeah.
really.
It was a toss up between him and Garland. It was. But at my 7, I went Kyrie. All-Star season. I think he played 50 games this season. 25, 5 and 5. I mean, playing 50, averaging that, we still see the signs and the life of Kyrie. We know he still has that game. He's still there. He has fallen from what he was, but it comes with age and new talent coming in. But I still think he's a great point guard, and I think 7 was a good spot for him.
My 7, I have James Harden. Fear the Beard comes in right here at 7. Uh, I mean, great season from Harden. Like, right when you think a fall off is going to happen, he turns it up again. Now, the reason that I have him here instead of higher is because of the inconsistency in the playoffs. He had a game or two where he was really really good, and then other games where he was nowhere to be found. So, and again, like I said with Trae Young, the playmaking of Harden has to be spoken when you talk about Harden. So yeah, James Harden at 7, still doing his thing.
I didn't even think to count Harden. I count Harden as a 2 in my mind. Like, I don't see him as a 1. That's what I'm saying.
See, that's bad. No, I can't, because no. But listen though, if we're talking about right now, even last year on Philly, at Brooklyn, he was the one.
I know. I'm just saying in my mind, I see Harden as a 2. That's why I
Mm.
didn't even think to.
So Harden, no Harden on your list,
Harden's not on my list.
really? Okay, all right. So then we got another player up here that's interesting. All right, but next up, well, I have Kyrie next. You already spoke about Kyrie. Yeah, again, when he did play in the 50 games he did play, he was Kyrie Irving.
Right.
Yeah, top 6 point guard in the league for me. Yeah, not much to be spoken about there.
My 6 is Steph Chef, look at Curry. Um, I had him
At
his
6?
his like you said about Harden, his inconsistencies this season. He had games where he wasn't even getting 10 points. He had there's players above him who were more consistent this season, had better games. And like I said, it comes with age. I just think that the new talent coming in just overpowers what he did.
Wow. Wow. Steph Curry at 6.
That's not ridiculous.
That's ridiculous,
That's
bro.
not ridiculous.
Oh my God, we have a big gap in our evaluation of Steph Curry. Um, my 5, where I'm at 5 now. Cade Cunningham.
I have Kate at 5 as well.
Cade Cunningham, great season from him. A big step up in season. He was in most improved player running, which, I mean, I don't agree with a number one player being in that running, but it shows how big of a jump he took into superstar caliber, runnings. 26 points per game. The playoffs, he showed, why the Pistons were there because of him primarily. When he was on the floor, the Pistons were a threat. When he was off the floor, they weren't. So, it just speaks to his impact. And yeah, big season from him. And I expect nothing but to see him keep climbing up this list.
Yeah, like I said, I have KD5 as well. Same things you just said. Just one of the most well-rounded guards in the league right now. He could do it all, and I can only see him continue to increase as well.
All right, next up, who you got it for?
I got Haliburton, the playoff run. The playoff run had reasoning in this. I just think he also had inconsistencies, but after All-Star break, he was like a whole new player, and it was the Haliburton we saw last season, a lot of last season. Um, we saw those game winners. We saw it all. He averaged 18, 9 and 4, 17, 9 and 5, like point guard, true point guard numbers. And like I said, the playoff run just added on to his this season totals.
So right now, based off this season, you're putting a team together. You're taking Halliburton before you take Steph.
This season,
Yeah,
I don't know. Steph, the Pacers don't go to the finals if Steph is their point guard.
the Pacers don't go to the finals if Steph. Well, I can say this. I think I can say this. We don't talk about Tyrese Halliburton the same way if he's not on the Pacers. We talk about Steph Curry the same way in any other team he plays for.
I mean, we can't say we haven't seen it. We don't know if an organization, the Warriors,
Okay, then you can't sit
you
here and
see,
say that the
no,
Pacers don't go to the finals without
that's
seeing it
not true.
because we haven't seen it.
You have said it yourself. Tyrese Haliburton is the point guard for the Pacers. No other point guard would fit this team.
And that's go Tyrese Halliburton without the Pacers. I don't see it being working.
That's contradicting.
No, it's not.
You just contradicted your
How?
words.
How?
You just said you can't say that about Halliburton, but you just said Halliburton fits the Pacers.
I can't say what about Halliburton.
What I said about Curry.
What I'm saying, what I'm saying here is that yes, Tyrese Halliburton is the perfect fit for the Pacers, and the Pacers are a perfect fit for Halliburton. It goes hand in hand. I'm not just saying that Halliburton makes the Pacers. The Pacers, I feel like, make Halliburton too, because without the help and the supporting cast, you're looking at Halliburton on another team as you would want him to be a star player, right? The Pacers, they don't need a star to carry them every night because of the role players that they have. Halliburton on another team would have a bigger load to carry, and obviously he's not ready for that because he'll come out and he'll give you 5 points. And that's not what any other team would need from a player that's talked about on the level and caliber, a top 4 point guard that you got in Tyrese Halliburton.
Like I said, after All-Star break, Hallie looked like the All-Star we saw last
After
year.
all,
The golden.
you're gonna talk about consistency for Steph, but then you have to bring up after All-Star break for Halliburton, and even the playoff run, he had some game winners and stuff that saved him from having being talked about bad games. The game winner that he had against OKC in Game 1, he had a bad game.
He had 14.
For
That's his he averaged 17. Like that's not like you said, he has a team of role players that all can score. He doesn't have to be the one guy. We saw in game one, he went away from the ball. He let Nimhart be the one. He knows his role. He's a true point guard. I got
Halliburton's not in my top 10.
Halliburton's not in your top 10.
No, no. Individually, in my top 10, individually as a player, Halliburton is not a top 10 point guard for me.
That's terrible. Who's your
No,
favorite?
it's not.
That's
It's not
terrible.
blasphemous to say that.
That's terrible.
So what makes Halliburton a better point guard than Trae Young?
What makes him a better point guard?
Yeah.
He, I mean, he's proven that he can get here. Where has Trey been besides the
He's not. He
finals one
listen
time?
though. Bro, what? Trae Young is carrying the load of a Hawks. Halliburton without the entire role players. The Pacers are what's getting them to the conference finals. It's not just Haliburton getting there. When Trae Young and the Hawks went to the conference finals, it was Trae Young.
All right, remember you say this, and let's see if the Pacers go back next season. That's all I'm gonna say. Remember
Oh
this.
my gosh.
Remember
And they
this.
don't have
No.
Miles Turner either.
Oh, now they don't- Miles Turner, Mister, I can't get 4 rebounds a game.
Bro,
Okay,
come
come
on,
on,
man.
come on, bro.
Come on, bro.
Who do you have at 4?
Luca, when he did play, I'm distraught, bro.
Me
When
too.
he did play, he was really good. Not a big sample size this season, so this is why he's so low. Based on what happened this season, I gotta go Luca at 4.
Luca is my 3. Like you said, didn't really play, but still 28, 7.
So Tyrese Haliburton is right there with Luka Doncic.
No, there's a big gap between 4 and 3. I'm not gonna lie. 3, 2, and 1, best point guards this season, top of the top. There's a gap there.
Bro, Steph Curry is still a top 15 player in the league based off of this season. Tyrese Haliburton is not close to that, man.
All right, bro. I'm not about to keep this argument with you.
Bro, this is ridiculous.
Who's your 3?
Steph Curry, Wardell Stephen Curry, still a top 15 player in basketball. Many people would say top 10.
All I'm gonna say for Curry is let's look at the season he was having before Jimmy got there. Wasn't good.
Then let's say that about All-Star break.
I'm not saying how he was good
But
before.
how are you gonna
I'm
talk
saying
about
after
that?
All-Star break, he got much, much better. He started playing like Hallie again. They went 10-1 at home, go to the finals. Like, what are you talking about?
And
Steph
hey,
was having games, like you said with Hallie. Steph is having games where he has 5 points, 8 points in a row. But no, that's okay because it's Steph Curry. But Hallie does it, it's a problem. What?
bro, this is ridiculous,
What?
dude. Brunson's my 2, Shea is my 1.
Me as well.
Yeah, bro. Let's move on, bro. Let's
That's
move on.
like that's ridiculous,
Let's
bro.
move on.
These
Hey, please chime in the comments. Let us know what y'all think. Um, I I can't even fathom it anymore,
don't
man.
even how can you not carry the same argument for both players? That doesn't make sense.
Bro, you're doing the same thing.
I'm not. I'm saying the way Hallie came out after All-Star break was a much better
And
improvement.
and and after the Warriors traded for Jimmy, Steph was
But
hooping.
not every game. Steph was still having games with Jimmy.
Halliburton wasn't hooping every game.
Correct. But Steph was still having games with Jimmy there where he's under 10 points, hitting no threes.
Halliburton doing the same thing.
Steph was doing it more consistently than Haliburton.
Halliburton was doing it in the playoffs too. Man, Steph
Haliburton
was
never had
hooping in the playoffs.
Haliburton had 1 game under 10 points in the playoffs.
Bro, anytime the Pacers lost is because Halliburton wasn't doing enough. And mind you,
But he
they
but he's not a star player, right? They have a whole team. Like I said, you're contradicting, right? Your
bro, no,
argument is
bro. Oh
contradicting.
my gosh, man.
Your
I said
argument.
I said
No.
The Pacers work for Halliburton and Halliburton works for the Pacers. It's hand in hand. If he goes and does that on another team, they're like, all right, it's cool. Um, let's run over what college you went to before we get up out of here. What teams did we do again? Eastern Conference?
Um, I don't even Knicks, Pacers, Pistons, Magic,
Heat,
Heat. That it.
uh, Raptors?
Did we do Raptors?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did we do Bulls? Or did we just talk about the Bulls a lot?
No, we didn't do Bulls.
Okay. I think it's just those 6 then.
Raptors. Yeah, we did Raptors for sure. Um, Hornets too.
And Hornets, okay. Yeah.
So how we want to do teams?
Um,
We need to keep a list
you
that
do.
actually of teams that we done.
Yeah, we do need to make a list. I
We
don't
could
know.
do, so, uh, you, 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 you, You pick a number one through. Let me see how many teams left.
If
Wait,
we
who's left? Cavs,
Cavs,
Celtics,
yeah, we didn't do Celtics. Cavs, Celtics.
Bucks. We didn't do the Magic.
Mm-mm.
Magic, Hawks, Bulls, Nets,
Sixers.
Sixers, Wizards.
What's that? Eight,
Nine.
nine.
Nine. You'll
Uh,
pick a number one through nine, and that's for me.
okay. Four.
One, two, three. I have the Chicago Bulls.
Okay.
All right. And then in the West, we did
Okay. See.
OKC,
Who else did we do?
the Timberwolves,
Timberwolves,
Warriors,
Warriors, Pelicans,
Pelicans.
Mavericks.
We did the Mavericks. Yeah,
Yeah.
we did. Yeah.
Um,
Did we do the Clippers?
I don't remember.
I do not either. I don't think so. Man, who else did we do? This is only five.
There's only five. There should be. Is there two more teams?
No, no, no.
One
Four
more, four more teams?
that we haven't done.
We didn't do the Jazz. Did we do the
Oh,
Spurs?
there's one team that we did do. You're right. All right, after we checked it out, we did the Rockets before. So that's the last team. I need you to pick a number one through seven.
Three.
One through nine. I'm tripping. One through nine.
Still rock with three.
You have the San Antonio Spurs.
Okay.
All right,
And
so I'm the Bulls, you're the Spurs. Let me get the wait, you're guessing for the
I'm
Spurs.
guessing for the Spurs, yes.
Yes, yes, yes. All right, so let me pull up the Spurs. All right, go ahead, name as many players as you possibly can.
Web Bananas, D Harp, D Fox, Devin Vassell, Stefan Castle, um, what's his name? Oh my God, Jeremy Sohan, um, K is it Kalon Johnson? Keelan? What's his first?
And get it back
Johnson.
to you.
What's his first name? I know who he wears number zero. Who else who'd they just sign? Who'd they just sign? Who's their backup center? Oh, come on. They didn't get Nurkic, did they?
No,
No, Nurkic went to the Jazz. Valent Valanciunas went to the Nuggets. They get they get Plumlee? No, Plumlee
no.
went to the Hornets. Who did they get? Okay, I don't remember. How many Matt? Seven?
Six.
Six? I'm forgetting
I
that.
didn't give you John. I didn't give you Johnson.
I I gave his last name and jersey number. That should count, but whatever.
All
Um,
right, okay. Keldon.
Kelvin. See, I was right.
Keldon. Yeah.
Keldon. I was right there. Um, who am I thinking of? Who did I just think of? Oh, what's the other dude they just drafted? Cam. What's his last name? I can't think. That's bad.
All right. I'm
Yeah,
gonna let you know his name's not Cam.
it's not Cam. I
No.
don't remember. Okay, that's it.
Seven.
Yeah.
Carter. Carter Bryant.
Carter Bryant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Luke Cornett.
Luke Cornett is who it was. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. Chicago Bulls. Chicago Bulls. We have Isaac Okoro. We have Nikola Vucevic. We have Patrick Williams, Midas Buzelis, Noah Esenge, Kobe White, Iota Sumo, um, Josh Giddey, Bulls, 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 Bulls. Does Javante Green still play for Bulls?
Devontae Green is not on the roster.
Bulls. Who plays Taylor Horton Tucker? Um, I don't know if I got any more. I said Patrick Williams, right?
I believe so.
And Buzelis.
The Buzelis.
Um, no Levine. Who did they trade for? Kevin Herter? Who? uh, Bulls. All right, I'm gonna call it there.
I saw
Anybody who is notable?
the only other person that I could think you would get would be Trey Jones if you knew he
Trey
was.
Jones. Yep, Trey Jones. And he just resigned.
Hmm.
Yep. Okay. All right. You want to go first? You have what? 7?
Seven,
How many I get?
10.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, I can go first. Your first player, Buzelis.
Buzelis came from the G League.
Let me fact check.
Talk to me. Talk to me.
We're getting there. We're getting there. Um, I believe you're correct. You are correct.
I knew I was right. I just wanted to.
Type.
All right, that's 1-0. Your first player is Stephon Castle.
Stephon Castle is a UConn boy.
Facts. 1-1.
Your next player is Io,
Illinois.
Illinois.
2-1. You have. Wait a minute. Who would you say again?
Who are all my players?
Yeah.
D Fox, D Harp.
Okay. I don't know why. I was like, did you forget De'Aaron
No.
Fox? But all right, De'Aaron Fox.
Kentucky.
Correct. 2-2. Go ahead.
Noah Senge.
Noah Isenge did not go to college. I believe we're talking Australia, the Australia New Zealand League.
I believe that's incorrect.
France. Ah, oh my gosh. Why did I just say that?
Noah is from France.
Why did I just say that? Bro, that was a gimme. All right. Anyway, D Harp.
D Harp went to Rutgers.
All right, 3-2.
Josh Giddey.
Josh Giddey. Did Josh Giddey go to college? Josh Giddey is from Australia.
I believe, yes.
Correct. All right, 3-3. Next up, Keldon Johnson.
Helvin. I'm gonna go ahead here.
Um, hmm. This school, this school, what's a good hint here? What's a good hint? I don't know what hint to give you, honestly. SEC, high level SEC.
Okay. So that's Yo Boys, that's Auburn, that's high level SEC, Florida. Um, I don't know. Based off of the fact you couldn't give a hint, I want to go with Yo Boys, Bama.
Incorrect. You actually didn't even mention them.
I didn't mention them.
Yeah,
Who?
Kentucky.
Kentucky. Ah,
Kentucky boy.
Kentucky.
Yeah. Um. Oh yeah, it's on you.
THT.
Talen Horton Tucker. I'm gonna use a hint here,
Um,
although I have some ideas.
Big 12. They had a really well, their season started off really good, and then they kind of hit a bump.
THT, man. THT. Big 12. Big 12 basketball. THT. THT is not an Arizona boy. Baylor, no. Houston, no. He could be a Texas. Okay, I my initial thought was Utah, like before you even gave a hint. But that doesn't sound right. He doesn't look like someone that would go to Utah. Who else is Big 12? There's BYU. No. Kansas. I'm gonna guess Kansas State. TCU. Kansas State.
Which one? Which one?
Utah. Kansas State.
Bro.
Kansas State. Kansas
Kansas
State.
State final answer.
Yeah.
Incorrect. Iowa State.
I was not getting there. I'm not getting there. All right. Next, we're still 3-3, right?
3-3.
All right. Player number 5, Jeremy Sohan.
I gotta go here. I have no clue.
Um, Another Big 12 school. Um, they hold on. Let me check something before I say this because I don't want this hint to be too. Oh yeah, one of the top 10 picks went to this Big 12 school.
One of the top 10 picks went to this Big 12 school. So that's Baylor. I'm trying to think of the top 10. Um, I can't see Jeremy in a college jersey like anywhere.
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't know. Baylor's first came to mind. I'll shoot with it.
Bro, oh my gosh, dude. Man, bro, he couldn't think of no other ones, bro. It is Baylor, you're right. But I wanted you to like, oh my gosh, man. Texas. I mean, they're
Texas.
not Big 12 anymore, but like BYU. All right, come on, 4-3.
Good ball knowledge. Kevin Herter.
Kevin Herter. Kevin Herter. Okay. My thought process here with Kevin Herter. Hint.
It's a good thought process. Big Ten school.
Maryland.
Maryland's correct.
Yes. 4-4. I needed that hint. I needed that hint. I was way off before you said that, and then right when you said Big Ten, it clicked. 4-4.
4-4.
You have 2 players left. Devin Vassell.
I feel like I know this. I feel like I know this.
Who else do I have left?
4 players left, one hit left.
I'm good.
Um, I feel like Vassell was in black. That could totally be wrong. I don't know. I thought I knew. I'm gonna go. He gives me Arkansas.
Oof. Florida State.
Ah,
Florida State.
did you get? I don't even remember who you said. Did you guess a Coro?
Yep. Isaac Okoro. Isaac Okoro. My mind immediately went to no. Isaac Okoro went to Auburn.
Auburn.
Yes, man. Yes. That's what 5-4.
Hmm.
Your last player, Wet Bananas.
I should have used my hint. I thought I had more. Web Bananas came from the France League.
Yeah, 5-5. How many players I have left?
Three.
Yeah, you had 7. I had 10. So yeah,
Vooch.
USC.
Correct.
I call game. All right, go ahead.
Yeah. Kobe.
Kobe White. Kobe White. UNC.
I bet say you had to think about that one. Uh, Patrick Williams last.
Florida State.
3 for 3 to close it out. That's how you feel.
I didn't have another one.
I don't believe so. Booze, Io, Noah, Josh Giddey, THT, Kevin Herter, Okoro, Vooch, Kobe, Pat.
Oh, all right. Oh well, yeah, another dub for your boy. I don't know what the score is. We'll figure it out afterwards. We took too much time deciding teams anyway. But yeah, man. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the episode. Let us know what y'all thought about our point guard rankings. You got words of wisdom for us before we get out of here?
Be patient. Sometimes you have to go through the worst to get to the best.
Mm, I like that. I like that. Got to weather the storm sometimes.
Mhm.
I like
Mhm.
that. But yeah, that's all we got for today. We'll catch y'all next time. Peace.